Hello all, Warren, Mr. Bowtie Feaster, coming with another motivational fact, motivational moment. I think I'm trying to come up with an actual name for these so that I would have a name for these instead of just saying this is what I'm doing as I progress and grow. Before I go into it, of course, like, subscribe, share, comment. I do look forward to hearing your comments. I do enjoy your comments, the ones that I have received. Thank you for all your support. Definitely share this to those that are going through that you feel will be beneficial of the motivation and the inspiration that I am saying. Today I actually want to talk about how I started and what I said when I started. Today I want to talk about looking at the process, the moments, the time in the midst. When we look at particular situations, a lot of times the focus is either on the beginning or the end. We look at the struggle to get started. We look at, I have to rearrange my schedule. I have to acquire some money. I have to look for some resources, and we pay attention to that. We look at the commitment. This is a 1-year commitment. This is a 2-year commitment, or whatever the case may be. When it's over, we look at what we've accomplished and everything that we've gone through, and we look at what we've achieved, and we look at the plaque on the wall and the trophy and the certificates, whatever the case may be. Rarely do we talk about what's going on in the middle. Allow me to use a story in the Bible for a moment as I illustrate this point. There was a time when, and if you don't believe in the Bible, just take the story. The story is still good. I just want to use it as a point of reference. There's a story of, and I said that, I know I just jumped out of it again, and I say that because if you don't believe the Bible, then this story may not make sense to you. You may not believe it. I really don't care. Really, I just want to use it as a point. That's really what I'm doing. That's my disclaimer. No, I'm not going to edit that out. I'll keep my stuff in. But anyway, as I go back to the story for the third time, there's a story of the disciples are in the boat, and they're crossing the sea in the boat. On this boat was 3 seasoned fishermen. This is what they did for a living. This is how they made their money. They were seasoned. They were professionals. This is something that had been done. And they had fished in these waters before. This particular time, as they was on the boat, crossing this body of water, a storm came, and it was one of the worst storms they had experienced ever. And these seasoned fishermen, along with everybody else on the boat, began to struggle. While they're struggling, they look out. The Bible says that Jesus is walking on the water. And it says that they were in the midst of the sea. They was right in the middle of the sea. They were in the middle when they were struggling, and Jesus showed them. Jesus showed up. The point I want to make is they were in the middle of the sea. In other words, hear me now. In other words, they had put forth enough effort to get to the middle of the sea in the struggle. The decision is now being made. Do we proceed to go forward, or do we turn around? The same energy that it took to get to the middle of the sea, it's going to be the same energy it's going to take from this point on after you make your decision to go forward or to go back. Let me say that again, and I'm going to broaden that out a little bit. You put in all this time, this effort, this energy, and you made it to the midpoint. And now you're at a decision, am I going to continue on because I'm struggling, I'm hurting, and things are, oh my gosh. Start to reevaluate and calculate. And you make a decision. Right here is a decision, a defining moment in your life, in your career, in your goals, in your dreams, in your vision. It's a defining moment because you have to make a decision if you're going to go forward or go back. The same energy that it took to continue to go forward is the same energy that you use to get to the middle. Also, the same energy that's going to take you to turn around and go back is the same energy that you just put forward. the same energy is being utilized to totally opposite different directions. That's why I'm so passionate and so strong on pushing forward through. A lot of times I've seen the meme or the cliche. I haven't seen one in a while, but I used to see them all the time, and it was like it would say you're right at the moment of your breakthrough and you give up. There was a story of the picture of a man at the top. They were both digging this cave, and the man at the top stopped short, and he had about that much left before he got to the end. But the man underneath them kept going, and he only had a sliver left, and he was still persevering. If you're going to put forth the energy, because think about it, if you're achieving your goal, if you're achieving your dreams, you're trying to make things happen, the same energy it takes to turn everything back in, the same energy it takes to take everything apart, why not use that energy to push on and persevere? What we do in the middle, that defining moment, is very critical and very crucial. I encourage you, I even support you to continue on and push on. It's Warren, Mr. Bowtie Feaster. Thank you for your time. Leaving you with my two famous last points that I love to say. One, be the best you that you can be. And two, it's called life. Live it.